Hey guys, it's Amber, also known as Pretty Amor, and I'm a reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Depop, and Etsy, and sometimes Curtsy. But today I have another what sold, and it is within the last 3 to 4 days over the weekend since I last shipped. Yeah, so here we are. First we have this vintage Avon cologne. It is the Frisky Friends in the Hawaiian White Ginger scent. And it sold for my full asking price on Etsy for $20. And I got it in a big bundle with a bunch of other colognes for $1.03. Then these Sperry boots sold on Poshmark in 250 days. For an offer of $24, and it was a consignment item. So after Poshmark fees and paying out my consignment client, I will make $8.40. Then this fuzzy Torrid beanie sold on Poshmark in 166 days for an offer of $12 from Nifty, and so they got discounted shipping, and I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.92. This Dion Furstenberg top is what it looks like. It is 100% silk, but it is sheer, and it was flawed. I can't remember off the top of my head what is exactly wrong with it. I know there's some discoloration, probably some snags or something like that, but because of that it did sell low, but it sold on eBay in 325 days. For an offer of $13.50 that Nifty sent out, and I got it at a regular Salvation Army for $4.49. Obviously I didn't look over it very well, otherwise I would have noticed the flaws before that, but I was kind of just like blind by the Diane von Furstenberg and 100% silk, but it is what it is. I should basically get my money back and a little bit more. Just a tiny bit. Then these cool racing pants by MSR sold on eBay in just 11 days for an offer of $25. And these were given to me by my uncle, so they were free, but they were from the Goodwill bins. Him and my cousin shop with me, but sometimes my uncle goes alone and he gets some inventory for me, so. These Lululemon men's shorts, they are called the THE, the shorts. They're linerless. Anyway, they sold on Poshmark in 126 days for an offer of $20. They did have some flaws, like some snags and stuff like that. There might have been like a spot maybe, but on black I bet they could be washed out. But I got them at the bins for $1.41. This Torrid sports bra tank top sold on Poshmark in 86 days for my full asking price of $30, and I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.70. Then these Lululemon pants sold on eBay in 178 days for an offer of $68, and I got them at the Goodwill bins for $1.80. And then this Loft Outlet flawed jumpsuit, but it is new with the tags, sold for an offer of $30 on eBay in 211 days, and I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.28. These denim boat shoes took a while to sell. They are a size 14, which is why I picked them up, because I knew they would eventually sell, because size 14 and above is typically harder to find in stores, and definitely secondhand as well. But they sold in 324 days for an offer of $30 on Poshmark, and I got them at the Salvation Army for $9.94. Then this Texas Instruments calculator sold on Poshmark the same day I listed it for $50, and actually, kind of spoiler alert, you guys are getting a little sneak peek of a video that I have coming out pretty soon within the next week or so. I think I should be able to edit it and get it up. But it is me turning, I said I was going to do $10 into $10,000, but actually this only cost me $5.99. So the first video is actually turning $5.99, let's say, into $10,000. So basically whatever profit I made on this, which is $34.01, I will put that back into my, let's call it the challenge bank of making $10,000 just on thrifted items. And so then I will have $34.01. Actually, I will have a little bit more because I didn't spend my whole $10. So I will have almost $40 to spend on items at Goodwill or Salvation Army, whichever I plan on going to. Basically, I will keep turning the money that I made from what sells into more money and more money until I reach my goal of $10,000. And with that $10,000, I plan to put that money down as a down payment for a house. So stay tuned for those videos. And then another vintage Avon cologne sold. This one is called a Cure. It's just a Cure perfume roulette. It's like a mini perfume almost. It sold for my full asking price of $15 on Etsy in just 52 days. And again, I paid $1.03. Then this Free People top sold in 48 days for an offer of $27 that Nifty sent out 10% off and discounted shipping. And I got it at the Goodwill bins for $1.49. Then this Lululemon tank top sold in 275 days on Poshmark for an offer of $21. And I got it at the Salvation Army for $5.99. Then these Earth Spirit boots sold on eBay in 245 days for an offer of $16. And they are from a consignment client, so after paying them out in eBay fees, I will make $2.84. Then this super cute Juicy Couture kids set sold in 28 days on eBay for an offer of $15. It was pretty flawed with some spots and stuff, so that's why it's kind of low. But I did get it at the Goodwill bins, and for some reason I didn't write the price down, maybe because I was going to send to Once Upon a Child. I'm sure in the long run it was free because everything that I usually get at the bins is paid for from Once Upon a Child trade-in and Plato's Closet, but I wrote down $2 because it is kind of hefty. Then these new with tag figs joggers sold in just 50 days on Poshmark for an offer of $30, and I got them from Boutique by the Box for $9. Then this super cute stitch cardigan, new with tags, sold in 38 days on Poshmark for my full asking price of $45. And it was from a consignment client, so after paying them out and Poshmark fees, I will make $15.75. Then this Lulu's dress sold on mercari for $22.50. And I got it at Salvation Army for $5.99. And these Faraday joggers actually sold on their pre-loved website. I can't remember the price, but it was whatever it had it listed for, but I'll put it right here. And I got these on Poshmark. Nifty doesn't tell me this, so I forgot to write it down, but I will put my cost of goods right here. But I know it was pretty good return on these, so yeah. But that is everything that sold within the last couple of days. Let me know what sales surprised you the most, or what item you wouldn't have picked up to resell. Let me know in the comments, and as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Bye!